Progressive death metals, huh? Maybe it's just me, or maybe it's references like that, and the horrific scenes of alien decapitation. Whatever the reason, I get the sense the developers at Hothead Games have good taste. Like we could just put on a copy of Individual Thought Patterns, slice up some hapless creatures, and discuss the finer points of progressive death riffage. And that's what's great about this game. Not only is it extremely enjoyable, but it's also extremely extreme. This is Swarm, a vicious little downloadable game that'll have you sacrificing aliens and screaming bloody gore. Released just a few weeks ago for the Xbox 360's Live Arcade and the PlayStation's PSN, Swarm is a fantastic game built from a set of familiar concepts. Think Lemmings, but inject it with awesome style, direct control, a little bit of platforming, and lots of death. You play the game as a swarm of tiny extraterrestrial pests. You're spawned from a massive seed known as Mama, and above all else, it's your job to feed Mama. In search of DNA strands and what are evidently digestible glowing orbs, you have to make your way from one end of the level to the other, collecting as much as you can to make Mama grow and to expand the scope of your infestation. So again, in a sense, it's a lot like Lemmings. You're guiding a horde of creatures to endpoint goals. But the difference is in control and emphasis. Unlike Lemmings, you're actually controlling the swarm directly, using the left analog stick to move it, and the face buttons to do everything from jumping to stacking it into a tower. And actually, it gives Swarm more of a platforming feel. In fact, there are times when you have to collectively hopscotch across wobbly columns and vault across gaping chasms, and by adding platforming elements to its hive mind gameplay, Swarm almost brings to mind the fabled Super Mario 128 demo and how that might have played in a full game. That is, if you could impale Mario upon a flaming metal rod. That's the other thing that defines Swarm. Its seemingly contradictory emphasis on putting your own characters through the most heinous deaths imaginable. When you load the game up, you'll notice a running ticker that counts the worldwide Swarmite death toll, and once you start playing, you quickly understand why that's there. Not only are there plenty of hazards sure to trim your swarm's numbers down, but the game also forces you into sacrificing for the benefit of the colony. You might have to trim your numbers to fit through an opening, for example, and the more creative you are with your swarmicides, the more you're rewarded. Those death medals we talked about, for example, you actually earn those for killing off your swarmites in unique ways. Oh, that's brutal. But at the same time, the game's objective is to get your colony to survive and reach the end of the level. I mean, talk about conflicting interests, but that's what makes Swarm so much fun. There's a delicate balance between trimming your horde and propagating your species, and you're constantly towing it in Swarm. It's a game about high scores, collectibles, and making it out alive. In fact, it's kind of like a perennial quest to a crystal mountain, so to speak. One with zero tolerance for being trapped in a corner. Of course, now I'm just being symbolic. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, rest assured, Swarm is an outstanding game, even for those of you who don't listen to good music. The gameplay is really engaging, and the style is both fun and kind of dark at the same time. It's fun, it's challenging, it's Swarm, and it's a welcome, if slightly morbid, infestation.